I take it to the rooftop, can't allow to blow out. I like to put my passion for you, that's why I show out, baby. Room full of slime, take the floor out, baby. You don't like to drive, but you ride me crazy. Whipping that Mustang back on Mercedes.
Any platforms as possible. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram.
The other one.
If you want to be successful, you have to have as far as a reach as possible. I personally don't do this because I hate all social media. I just like making videos for YouTube. But other people take this advice and go all in on it, going as far as to post on a website not especially known for being safe for work.
Hold up.
Have y'all ever gone through something?
Pornhub. While it does specialize in not safe for work content, there is a growing community of creators making content that you could watch at your desk at work, if you're brave enough to have a conversation with HR. It even has its own category on the website and their own special creator program like YouTube Partnership. So today we're going to dive into this small niche on the hub and see what type of entertainment you can find on there. What's poppin', Fortnite gamers? It's your boy Brandon Abstract. So in order to make this easier, I put everything into categories and it'll get crazier as we go. The last category is straight up called wildcard because I did not know how to categorize them. Wildcard, bitches! And with all that out of the way, let's get into it.
My life is like a video game, trying hard to beat the stage.
Now, I don't think gaming should surprise anyone. It's one of the most evergreen genres of videos. And gamers are, of course, familiar with the hub, obviously. However, gaming is one of the hardest niches to break into on YouTube since it's so oversaturated with creators. I should know since that was my first go on YouTube back in middle school.
Today I have a triple live contest. Commentary, not contest.
So it makes sense to try and get a following on a grassroots site like the hub because you'll stand out more over there. And the biggest creator I could find in this space was a guy called Tasty FPS who seems to be a trailblazer of this genre. He has over 300 videos over the course of 5 years on his channel. And the thing that gets me is how these thumbnails look straight out of YouTube. And what you see is what you get. It's literally just Call of Duty gameplay.
I will do some serious damage here. How you think, crossbow? That was I know.
Now some people might think that his focus is YouTube and he just re-uploads to the hub, but it's actually the opposite. He has a whole video giving his origin story about why he uploads to the hub. To make a long story short, he was essentially focusing on YouTube and he uploaded a Fortnite montage, but then he found out some random guy just re-uploaded it to the hub, and it had way more views there than on YouTube. So seeing this, he decides to start uploading all his content onto the hub as well. And wouldn't you know it, all of his videos were performing better on the hub than on YouTube. For reference, his YouTube channel has a lifetime views of about 1.5 million over 558 videos. And on the hub, his 2 most viewed videos combined have over 1.6 million views. AKA 2 videos on the hub have more views than his entire YouTube channel. So he says himself that the hub is his primary platform and YouTube is the secondary one where he re-uploads content.
Well. How the turntables...
Tasty being proof that you can have a viable gaming channel on the hub means there are a lot of other people trying to cash in, to the point where you can pretty much watch any major game on the hub. Now, just like YouTube, the quality varies. You can find a video of someone playing Minecraft that looks like their PC is dying in real time. To something that just has crazy good editing for no reason.
लेकिन आज ऐसा क्या हुआ कि मैंने विलेजर्स को अलग-अलग 7 तरीकों से लूटा है? तो ये सब कुछ स्टार्ट होता है सुबह में जब मैं
One of the biggest genres of games on the hub is racing games for some reason. I straight up found a channel called Racing Games and Things where it's all just racing game content. Except one video of him pleasuring himself, which I obviously cannot show on YouTube. I was hoping the Things part of his name was like him playing Not Like Us on Beat Saber, but a different guy has me covered.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Now, the thing that surprised me as far as this genre was the lack of VTubers. Given that VTubers and gooning kind of go hand in hand.
Oh my god!
But also the fact that you're technically faceless, so you don't have to risk uploading your actual face to the hub. There were a couple that I could find, like this guy who uses Zenitsu from Demon Slayer as his avatar.
Hey guys, कैसे हो? सब लोग कैसे हो? तुम बढ़िया रहेंगे, अच्छे रहेंगे. तो guys, आज हम लोग खेलने जा रहे हैं Fate Trigger.
He was mainly playing this like anime ripoff of Fortnite that I'd never heard of. The only other one I could find was one that has an original avatar who mainly plays War Thunder.
Spit on that thing. Spit on that.
Look, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this category because it's pretty tame to the rest of the stuff that we're going to cover. Just know that gaming content is very active on the hub because gamers are like cockroaches who infest every corner of the internet. Hey, who put my Marvel Rivals rank on the screen? Anyways, let's move on to the next category. Music, once again, not the weirdest category, but I think it's worth giving some time to. Now, music on the hub isn't really a new thing. In fact, the hub actually started their own record label like 10 years ago that didn't go anywhere. I know this because a rapper named Hi-Rez, whose music was really popular in the Call of Duty montage scene, made a track for them.
Pornhub's my favorite site, morning, afternoon, and night.
And last time I checked, he's now making AI raps of Mr. Beast and Trump.
Do you want to invest in festivals?
Thank you, Jimmy, for that offer.
But we're not going to talk about official tracks backed by the hub. We are going to talk about some small artists just trying to promote their music. So the weirdest channel I could find was a person named the Naked Trumpeter, who, as the name implies, mainly plays the trumpet, sometimes while naked. They do also make the normal content you would expect to be on the hub, so be wary if you go seek them out. But most of their content is just them playing the trumpet. They also have some videos of them doing housework for some reason. Moving on to another artist, there's this guy who just uploads acoustic tracks to the hub. The thing that makes him interesting though is that all his videos start with him looking into the camera and saying the track of the title, and then it just cuts to a piece of loose leaf paper and the track plays out.
Track 12, my brain's skipping gears.
And that's literally the format for the entire channel.
Track 16, Checking down.
Now, besides people remaking tracks in FL Studio, everything else is just pretty normal music production.
Dancing alone in a ballroom empty, all by myself.
But the main reason I am including this section is because I found an artist I really like called Lil Wet Wet. Everything I heard I really liked, so I went off the hub to find more of their music and I was not let down. Anyways, this is to say that I guess uploading to the hub can be worth it sometimes, because I probably would have never found their music any other way because they don't have that big of a following. Of course, I have to wait for Anthony Fantano to drop a review on the music so I can know what my opinion actually is, but until then, I really like it. Like I said, short and sweet section, so now we can move on to the actual weirder stuff in the list. So let's get to it. Now, this is one of those things that are surprising once you see it, but when you really think about it, it kind of makes sense. I don't know any religion that would approve of the type of content you would find on the hub. So of course there would be some creators making content to try to get people to change their ways. I just didn't expect them to be this deep in enemy territory though. Now let me say I have no beef with any religion. I just think the circumstances in which this content exists is just too funny not to talk about. The most active creator I could find in this space was named Joseph Thompson. His content is just him reading Bible verses.
Matthew chapter 4. The temptation of Jesus. Jesus was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil.
But then you'll have a video called Stop Jerking Off, Amen.
James, a servant of
God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting.
Now, the thing with this type of content is that it throws the algorithm off in what it should recommend in the sidebar. So while watching this, the first video on my sidebar was a 16-minute long video of a Japanese man doing the helicopter with his member. Obviously, I can't show it, but it's such a crazy pull off of this.
Jackpot.
The main thing that interests me, though, is the About section on his profile. The hub does not have a special profile for Safe for Work creators. They are listed as models, which means they have the same sections as a normal content creator on the hub. And Joseph made sure to answer cut under the foreskin question to let us really know he's about that life. He also listed his endowment as 3 to 5 inches, which is a pretty wide margin for the subject matter. I'm just not sure if he did this for fun or he was not aware that he actually didn't need to answer the questions to make his profile.
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question.
There's another one of these accounts, and in one of his videos, he's recording his phone where he has a Bible verse in his notes app, but he clicks out of it for a second and things just aren't adding up. So first one right off the bat, that is Grindr, the gay hookup app on his phone. Now he could also be doing outreach work on that app, but you know. And then he scrolls over to show that he has a tab open with pictures of feet on a camming website. Once again, could just be a pop-up site, but you know. He also has a tab open for a completely different adult site. Look, I'm not saying anything, but you know. Anyways, pretty much all these accounts are the same thing of reading Bible verses. So I'm just gonna throw in general self-help because it's kind of related and I don't want to make another category for it. So I found this video called "You're Addicted to Porn," which is probably a good message to get out on the site. I also noticed that the person was wearing a shirt that says "I hate fat hoes," so I had to know what angle they were coming from. So I clicked on it and he doesn't talk about porn addiction at all. It's just a yap session about people who like to be victims, which is a whole other can of worms.
Babe, you're addicted to being a victim. And it's time somebody told you that. I wish I could just send this video directly to like so many people, but just like the video states, you know, some people are addicted to being the victim.
I don't hate fat hoes, but I do hate clickbait. So I looked this guy up and he actually has a very large following online. I then found his YouTube channel and lo and behold, the same exact video is uploaded there, but it's titled "You're Addicted to Being the Victim," which makes way more sense. So now I'm just left with more questions on why he decided to upload that video to the hub under that title.
What the hell is this?
I would once again be let down when I clicked on another video called "Stop Gooning, Go Touch Grass with Me #2," hoping for some words of wisdom to lead the astray on the correct path. But it was literally just a video of some guy walking around town and occasionally mumbling into the camera.
Go touch some grass with me again.
So overall, there's not that much self-help on the hub, but it is a market that one of you could break into if you really wanted to. I do wonder how many people were actually converted by the religious content. There has to be at least one person who saw the light in the recommended videos while they were gooning.
Mr. Krabs, start digging in your butt, Trip.
Anyways, let's finally get into the wild card category. Alright, so we finally made it to the wild card section. Let's quickly cleanse ourselves of all the energy from the previous categories. Alright, I feel good even though I don't know what hocus pocus means in this context. Might be a feet thing because that's the other type of content this channel specializes in. Anyways, welcome to the wildcard category for videos that don't fit into any of the other previous categories, where we can discuss whatever this is.
I am Angry Ottoman from Salonique.
Yeah, so it turns out just like YouTube or any other website, people just upload completely random things to the hub. Like if you want a video of a random guy waving at you, I got you covered. Yeah, so it's
I'm Angry Ottoman from Salonique.
Yeah, so it turns out just like YouTube or any other website, people just upload completely random things to the hub. Like if you want a video of a random guy waving at you, I got you covered. But going into some more substantial wildcard stuff, I want to talk about one of the favorite channels that I found, MILF Lover 007. A man after my own heart based on that username. Anyways, every video is just him listening to good music. That's the entire channel. He doesn't talk as far as I'm aware, and he's currently on part 34, like the rule. Part 33 is missing though, and I assume that has a lot of lore in it because I have no idea what's going on. Like the vape from the earlier episodes is completely missing. Now this next channel isn't safe for work, but the trailer for the channel is safe for work, and I'm just completely dumbfounded by it.
Welcome to my world, ladies, where things get spicy, cheeky, and wildly fun. No rules, no shame, just pure unapologetic pleasure. You're not just fans here, you're the fire.
I genuinely have nothing to say about this one. I just really needed someone else to see it so I can get rid of the omen that attached to me after I watched it.
Just pure unapologetic pleasure.
Another one of my favorite channels that I found is a guy called Sir Hammer who talks about the art of not safe for work content while wearing a dog mask.
大家好，我是锤哥，欢迎来到直击灵魂的艺术课堂。首先，请大家记住，爱情动作片就是艺术，就是艺术。我们是在欣赏艺术。
And if you thought I was talking about a pup mask, you're a pervert. But yeah, like I said, this guy just talks about the artistic aspects of adult films. In one of them, he takes like 40 seconds to draw 2 different girls. Mind you, it's at like double speed or more, so he took way longer. To prove the point that if you're gonna make an animation, you should make your character have distinct features instead of making a generic attractive character. Because what's the point in taking all that time to make an animation if it's just gonna be generic? Andy's kind of spitting though, I can't lie.
重脸的美女和一张有特点的美女是完全无法抗衡的。 动画作为完全的艺术创作，区别于拍电影。
Alright, so the final account that I found was through a video called Man Stares Into the Mirror While Thinking About the Time That He Accidentally Drank Piss. Obviously, that title caught my eye. The thing about this channel, though, is that it originally started as one of those religious outreach channels that we talked about.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners.
But then it slowly devolves into this random content. Like, here's him reading the 13th Amendment.
Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime wherefore the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States.
And it just keeps getting weirder. Like, here's him admitting to losing $17K in a crypto scam.
What's the largest amount of money that you've ever lost at one time? I one time lost $17,000 in a crypto scam. I think about that a lot. Anyway, y'all have a good day.
To him just talking about stuff while taking a shower like Martin Luther King.
So the other day, I was listening to MLK's book, Where Do We Go From Here? And he had made the point, he'd said, power, freedom is not given. It is one.
I ain't gonna lie though, he do be spinning sometimes.
One. And I think that's something that's very important that we need to think about, because people like to think that progress as a whole society only moves in the right direction. And that's not true. There have been many, many setbacks throughout humanity's time on this planet.
I feel like this channel is a good study in the long-term effect of uploading safe for work content to the hub. But that's about all I can take at this point, even with the energy cleanse, so I'm gonna call it here.
Wildly fun.
So what did we learn today? Safe for work content on the hub kind of feels like Dan Henschel characters that he forgot to post on normal social media. But yeah, I really have nothing else. It's kind of interesting to say the least. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Timothy Charlemagne. Yeah. I find this interesting. So what is the temperature on him? Are people mad?
No, I can't tell. People can't tell. People are not mad. There are definitely people who are mad, Alvin.
There are people who are mad, but there are people who are mad.